Hey Curious Connerys, Dylan here. We just want to give you a heads up that the following program contains conversation relating to topics that may or may not include physical and sexual assault and self-harm and mistreatment of different cultures. We are in no way condoning these things. But given that Sean Connery has acted in films going back many years, they've tended to come up. To spin a phrase from Disney, many of these films include negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures that were certainly wrong then and are definitely wrong now. But rather than not discuss this content, we'd like to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and create conversation for a richer future. Stay curious, folks. And now, on to our show.
Connery Curious! Saga! The Last Crusade! You Only Live Twice! And the Anderson Tapes! Murder on the Orient Express! You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next! Marty and a woman of straw! And a voodoo man in Africa! We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery.
Let's do it. Instead of being miserable all the time. Not you, me, I'm miserable all the time.
Me too, man. I feel like I'm only not. I put on a good facade. I put on a good mask. Everyone's like, oh, he's a happy-go-lucky. As soon as the recording stops or the stream ends, I'm just like.
Are you recording right now?
I'm recording now. Yes.
Okay, good, because that's going in the podcast.
Great.
But
I was gonna know my secret.
I posted something like that earlier to Instagram yesterday. Did you see it?
I feel like I saw something.
So I shared it to social media, so I'll share it here on this podcast. When I find myself working a job for someone else and not building my own life, I go hard into people-pleasing to get on the job's good side. Then that week ends and my body and mind rebel against me for not actually following my natural rhythms. I'm not meant to do things for 30 hours a week that I don't feel a purpose in. I stop taking care of myself on basic levels. I delay therapy appointments. I skip lunches. I don't shave. My suicidal thoughts flare up and the degrading voices get louder. Anybody else feel this, or am I just being a wuss? So.
I don't think you're being a wuss. It's tough.
It's
how many
tough
people
for responded to me with feeling exactly the same?
How many?
A lot.
Really?
I mean, not 1,000, but enough that it was like, oh boy, I got some messages to answer.
Yeah, I think it's like you get that feeling a lot when you get older. Because you're how old right now? 30?
31 in 6 days.
Oh, that's right. It's almost your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 32, and so it's like when you get to this age, yeah, you get to that. I was at that point this year, when, the year leading up last year, I guess. It was like, you're at that dead-end job, and you're kind of like, where's my life going? Like, I'm not taking care of myself either. And then, I kind of took care of myself a little bit towards the end of the year because I'm getting married in January, and I got married, and I came back to the reality of, losing my job and everything else, which was kind of like a calling to be like, okay, restart your life a little bit and do what you love. So yeah, it is tough. It's one of those things where like, yeah, jobs, man, they suck. Work for somebody else sucks.
We both lost our jobs pretty much at the same time, too.
Yeah.
I think it was like the same weekend.
But yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I was like, yeah, you told me like I lost my job. I'm like, me too.
Yeah.
Let's talk. let's talk about losing jobs, man. And yeah, so yeah.
As I was on the way back from an interview for a job I knew I wouldn't get, I got a message saying something to the extent of something. I forget what it was. But as soon as I read it, I'm like, oh, yeah, they're letting me go soon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it happens.
At least you kind of had a warning. I had no warning. I had a text. One text.
Sorry.
I was like, hey. Can I read the text to you? I think I still have it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's the funny. I think it's the funniest text message I've ever got in my life. It might be the funniest text I've ever received.
I'm looking forward to it, just based on this hype. This might be one of the tastiest root beers I've ever had in my life.
What kind is that? Is that local?
This is a Virgil's root beer.
Virgil.
I don't think it's local.
Oh yeah, I don't recognize the label.
Oh, here, I'll hold it up. This is the label.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's kind of cool. I like the art. All right, here it is.
The dad is serving root beer to his children. Okay, read the text message.
All right, this was on February 12th of this year at 11:32 a.m. Hi, Mario. I hope you had a nice wedding and honeymoon. Great opening.
Gave him a nice honeymoon.
Great opening sentence. I'm like, hey, hope you had a nice wedding, honeymoon. Hope it was
And
great.
honeymoon. I didn't forget. There's two things.
Right.
Honeymoon.
So that's the first sentence.
Honeymoon.
Second sentence. I'm texting you because I'm going to have to lay you off. Period.
Oh my God.
I'm going to make sure you can collect unemployment. Period. I will definitely call you back to work. Period. I'll go into detail when you pick up your checks, because I had 2 checks waiting for me. I was gone for a couple of weeks. I won't be there on Monday. I really want to talk to you in person. Tuesday would be good. I'll see you then. I immediately called him and said, what the fuck? What do you mean? And it was a whole thing where, like, when I was gone, some other guy left, and they were short-staffed, and they had to hire other people, but he decided he liked the people so much he wanted to keep them, and I was his top worker. I don't understand why, like, he's such a fucking idiot that he's like, let me get these old people. They're all old people that replaced the other old drivers. And he just like, yeah. I'm like, you don't need me at all? He's like, oh, we'll call you back to work. It's been almost a year. We're in September, for fuck's sakes. And I'm glad. Like, on the phone,
You don't need to go back to that job.
On the phone, he said, like, oh, maybe like a month. A month, you'll probably be back. Like, take this as kind of like a little vacation time. It's been a long vacation, Dylan. It's been a really long vacation.
Well, you've had work. You've had work, and you've stayed busy for sure.
Yeah, I've had some gigs. Friggin' Nerds has been doing pretty well on the side, so I'm just above water. I'm still over the water. I'm breathing. My face is above.
You have a good support system, which is important.
Yeah, which is very I'm very grateful for. But yeah, man,
Same.
fuck working for people. Work for yourself. That's what I say. It's 2023. Almost 2024. If you guys are listening to this now, whenever you're listening to this, if you're like hating your job right now, try to work for yourself.
Work for yourself, but also work for others, because you need to work for others ultimately. You need to work for others, otherwise what are you working for? But you need to work for others in the way that suits you best and helps you grow the most. Like, ultimately, I think that's the thing. Yeah.
Find something you're into. Me and you had a discussion the other day where, like, find something you're really fucking good at. And, we both went to New England Tech for and learned some skills that we haven't necessarily applied too much in the real world. But I think now we have the power to do so, with podcasts and producing music, producing other podcasts. Just finished up
another production yesterday.
There you go. So there's always a way to earn your keep.
Make your impact positive. Make your positive impact.
Yeah, steal from the rich and give to the poor. You see what I did there?
That's a good transition. Let's get into it. Hold on, before we get actually into it, we need to do the clap so I can synchronize the.
Oh, let's clap.
The audio. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Awesome.
Dylan Titus,
Mario Lima.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Connery Curious. The podcast where me and Dylan Titus here go through every single film in the filmography of the legendary Sean Connery. And today...
Sure, Sean Connery.
Sure, Sean Connery. Sure,
Sean. Oh, sure, Sean Connery.
For sure. What are we watching today? Or talking about today?
Well, we watched today
We
what
both
year
watched today. We both watched today.
Yes, what year did it come out to?
1976.
1976's Robin and Marian, a British-American romantic adventure film directed by Richard Lester. And it's about the legend of Robin Hood. Mario, take over.
So this, it's okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I'll do. I'm sorry. Forgive me. It's been 2 weeks since we've done a Connery Curious.
Oh no, I got myself
okay.
in front of me. I got myself.
Okay, so I'll finish up here. So the film stars Sean Connery as Robin Hood,
Yes.
Audrey Hepburn as Lady Marian,
Gorgeous.
Nicole Williams, is it Nicole Williamson as Little John, Robert Shaw as the Sheriff of Nottingham, Richard Harris as Richard the Lionheart, and Denholm Elliott as Will Scarlet. And
go.
Ronnie Barker, comedian Ronnie Barker, in a rare film role as Friar Tuck.
Ooh, yes. What a film, man. Rotten Tomatoes, we like to look at our scores here. Tomato meter give it a nice solid 75%. Audience score brought it down to a 53%. Do you agree with those scores, Dylan?
In a way. Yes, in a way I agree.
Okay.
In a way, you'll see.
Okay.
In a way I agree. In a way you'll see. I said to Mario, and away we go.
I suppose it's the right kind of score from a certain point of view.
Well, you must do what you feel is right, of course.
But, man, so, like, yeah, I think let's get into it. I have a pretty lengthy note section for this one. I usually don't have lengthy notes.
Yeah, I have a page of notes. Yeah, let's go ahead. All right. Yeah, man, I feel off my game. How do we usually start this? Do we want to do the wiki?
So, yeah, I'd be, let's see.
Wait, we need to do I need to do my trailer voice.
Trailer voice, and we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 paragraphs for a plot on Wiki. So I think we got a nice solid show ahead of us here.
Robin Hood, aging none too gracefully, returns exhausted from the Crusades to woo and win Maid Marian one last time.
Okay.
I like that.
Thanks.
I like that. So, man, I mean, let's just get into this movie. I thought it was dope to, like, this gave me Force Awakens vibes, where it's like, you know, like old Han Solo.
Yes.
And it's like we got to see an old Robin Hood come back to, like, everything, and, like, Little John's still there. You still have the Sheriff of Nottingham still there. All these old, like, you know, his old foes are still around and stuff. It was really cool to see him, like, come back. And, yeah,
now, Mario,
super fun.
Let's address the elephant in the room here, I think. How crazy is it that the wheel blessed us twice in a row with films that star Sean Connery against Robert Shaw as the villain with a score by John Barry?
Oh, man.
What are the odds?
And it shows, man. That John Barry score shows.
It's pretty good.
It is. I like the music. Later on, I have some notes about the music later on in the show here. But yeah, what a recipe for
destruction.
A fun film, man. It's like it was a lot of fun. I didn't expect this movie to be as funny as it was. There's some funny bits in it.
Because it's directed by Richard Lester, I had a feeling it was going to be funny at the wrong times. Because you've seen Superman 2, correct?
Yeah.
Have you seen both versions of Superman 2? The Donner cut and the Lester cut? Because the story was that Donner was fired from the movie and they brought on Richard Lester.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's a significantly, quote-unquote, funnier film it's not real. I don't find the theatrical release of Superman very funny. Superman 2, excuse me, very funny. It's campy and hokey, and you kind of expect the Beatles to go skipping by at any moment, because Richard Lester directed Help and A Hard Day's Night.
Yeah.
And the Richard Donner cut of Superman 2 is much more serious. Yeah.
I'll have to see the other cut. I'm not sure if I've seen the other cut. That is fun. But yeah, a lot of interesting little comedy bits. I think
I will let you borrow that. I have the Donner cut.
Yeah, bring it. Oh yeah, didn't you find like a whole collection? Like you sent me a picture.
Yeah, I was doing a gig recently, and I was walking by, and they had a bookshelf full of just take one, leave one stuff, and well, I mean, realistically, that's just trying to get rid of old media. They don't really want you to leave a book, you know what I mean? And it was I mean, not to sound greedy, but like, oftentimes, who has a book as they're walking by?
Yeah, right.
But
but luckily, I have this copy of Harry Potter in my coat pocket here.
Yeah, none of the books interested me, but there were 3 DVD cases. One was Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox 360.
Ooh.
Is that what that came out on?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, GTA 5's been out for fucking ever. We still haven't had GTA 6.
Yeah, it's 8 years old now.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe more. I don't even know.
Anyway, so there was that. There was a DVD collection of Fast and Furious 1 through 8.
What? Oh, I should have grabbed that. I would have loved that.
I knew that they're all on HBO. I know that.
Oh, man. Was it like the one with like they have like the big tire on it? My friend has one that's like a shape of a tire.
No, it was a nice DVD collection, but it wasn't like gimmicky or anything.
Oh.
It was just like a cheap Photoshop poster. And then it was a Superman DVD collection of the 5 Reeve universe films, including Superman Returns, which it's meant to be in that universe, So,
yeah,
so I grabbed that because I like those movies.
Yeah, nice find. That's a great find.
If I want to watch the Fast and Furious films, I'll go on HBO or I'll get them from the library. I won't. I don't need them in my DVD collection. I could have given them to you, but I figure you probably have them.
No, I don't. I don't have.
Okay.
I don't have any of them. Although I did. I'll tell you a quick DVD story.
If I go there again, I'll pick them up.
Yeah, if it's still there, somebody else.
If it is. Some college student hasn't picked it up yet because that's where it was at a college.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
DVD story.
Yeah, so we had a discussion on the Friggin' Nerds channel about Disney Plus is starting to like release like some of the shows on these Blu-ray collections, like The Mandalorian, Loki, and like WandaVision. And so people are wondering if they're ever going to be taken off of Disney Plus. With
Probably.
like with all the like the legal stuff and all that. So it's like, so we had this conversation of like, yeah, save your DVDs. Like, it's like, we talk about James Bond so much in this podcast. I can watch them whenever because I have the entire collection, minus No Time to Die. I do need to get that on physical. But I'll always have those. Oh, there we go. But I'll always have them. And I had recently went to my storage unit to like just look for something, and I opened an old box and I found all my old DVDs and Blu-rays, and I looked through every single one. I have the entire Infinity Saga in that box
on DVD.
I went to go look, like I was like trying to like sort them and see if I wonder if I have the entire Infinity Saga. I have the entire Infinity Saga on either DVDs or Blu-ray. Some were DVDs, so it's like interesting to see how it like transitioned over. So I'll always have the Infinity Saga for the rest of my life. It's awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah, there's some good movies in there.
There's a couple that were like, I've only watched a handful of times, but just some great memories.
All right, top 3, bottom 3, MCU, Infinity Saga. Everything after Endgame doesn't count.
Yeah. Top 3, bottom 3.
Top
Whoa.
3. My top 3 are Infinity War, Avengers 2012, welcome to Connery Curious, folks.
Is that
Folks,
it?
write in what are your top 3 and bottom 3 MCU movies. Yeah, I need a list. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Infinity Saga films. Flims.
Flems.
Okay, the Infinity Saga. Okay, oh, Spider-Man Homecoming. Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. Definitely. Yep, there we go.
I think
That's my top 3.
my top 3. So top 3.
Infinity War, 2012 Avengers, and Spider-Man Homecoming. That's my top 3.
I think I also have Infinity War in mind. I think the first Iron Man, because of how it set up the world for us, and as a special moment, because I was like, who knows who Iron Man is? Only I know who Iron Man is. Now the world knows who Iron Man is. So Infinity War, Iron Man, and I did appreciate James Gunn made Guardians of the Galaxy relevant, because that was like I remember saying that was the stupidest idea ever. I'm like, no one's gonna like the fucking spaceship with fucking the talking raccoon in a tree. No one's gonna like that. And now it's like
That's
the
awesome.
hottest. Now it's the hottest fucking thing ever.
Guardians 3 was a damn masterpiece.
Guardians 3 is fucking phenomenal. It's rough to get through.
Yes, but because they're so clearly CGI animals, I was able to distance myself a little bit from it, though I did cry about 3 times.
Yeah, it was.
But it wasn't tough to get through.
Yeah, it ruined me for a couple of weeks. So I think okay. I think I'll say Infinity War, Iron Man, and Guardians.
The bottom.
Guardians 2. 'Cause I like the ending of Guardians 2.
Yeah, it's a better ending for sure. My 3 bottom are Captain Marvel, Thor: The Dark World, and
I think I'm with you on this. Same, and my third would be probably Ant-Man and the Wasp.
yeah. Well, this list I'm looking at has Spider-Man: Far From Home as part of the Infinity Saga. This is according to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.fandom.com. But if that's in there, I'm putting Far From Home in there because I don't really like that movie.
I don't think that counts though, because that's after they got dusted.
But yeah, if that doesn't count, so yeah, we're going with Thor 2, Captain Marvel, and yeah, I may say Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, the first Ant-Man's great, but the second one I was like, eh. But anyways, speaking of Infinity Saga.
Yeah, anyway, so that was a nice little divergence. Welcome to Connery Curious, folks, the podcast where we discuss Sean Connery, the actor Sean Connery.
In the
Did we
MCU.
already discuss who he would have played in the MCU?
I feel like we've had a couple of ideas. I feel like we said Nick Fury at one point.
Oh, he would have been a good Nick Fury.
And maybe Hank Pym. Maybe.
An elderly Reed Richards.
Ooh.
Or an elderly...
Dr. Doom.
yeah.
Dr. Doom.
Captain Britain.
Ooh, that too. Oh my God, that'd be sick. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Trying to think of someone who hasn't been seen at all yet.
Well, I mean, we had like Captain Carter, which was supposed to be like Captain Britain, but it was stupid.
Oh, she was great. I liked her.
I just thought it was a waste because
She gets cut in half by her own shield.
that fucking movie makes me
But
sick.
she was good in What If?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a fun show.
Yeah, I did like What If.
I watched the clip a couple of times of Ultron just slicing Thanos right in half instantly.
Oh, dude,
Fascinating slice.
They got to bring back Ultron. Ultron was like part of that's my favorite Avengers movie is Age of Ultron. But yeah. Any Hoosers.
That's your favorite Avengers movie?
It is, yeah. It's the
Over Infinity War.
probably okay. Not Infinity War is not fair, man, because it's such a because Infinity War and Endgame are events.
Yeah.
Ultron's a movie.
Yeah, but the first Avengers was an event as well.
Yeah,
nothing like that had ever been seen.
Yeah, so that's why
that was a good time.
Yes, that's why I don't talk about that much in my list, because I'm like, yeah, I love it so much, but it's like one of those things, kind of like it's kind of unfair. But Avengers: Age of Ultron, because you get the first Avengers movie, it's like them learning to become a team and all that bullshit.
You
and
said
then,
that with such disgust.
Because
Gross.
it's like
Humans working together.
right, but then like Infinity War and Endgame, they're not, half of them are not even together in the movie, and they're trying to get shit together, and then they come together in Endgame, of course, along with the entire MCU. But Age of Ultron, it is an Avengers movie. They're the Avengers. They're going on a mission to stop Ultron, and that's
Okay, I like that.
It's like
It literally starts with a comic book 2-page spread of them
just
leaping into action.
Yeah, I'm like that's if I'm like in a like if I'm bored and I just need something on, I'll put on Age of Ultron and
All right. I need to rewatch it. It's been a while.
oh, you gotta watch it.
Yeah.
But let's
Robin and Marian.
We promise we like this. I like this movie. I don't know if
Yeah, I had a good time
so
with this
it's
movie.
like it's not like we're avoiding this movie. 'Cause
No,
we do
Mario
like
and I
it.
just get carried away talking about nerdy shit.
I love
friggin' nerds is
exactly.
easy.
That's all I do, is talk about nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, Robin and Marian.
Robert and Marian.
Robert Loggia. So it'll start my notes, I suppose.
Can you enable screen share for me?
Is it not enabled? I'll enable
No.
it for you.
And you want me to start reading the wiki?
Start reading the wiki, yeah, and then we'll get
Okay.
into our naughty notes.
An aging Robin Hood has been a trusted captain fighting for King Richard the Lionheart for 20 years and now is in France, the Crusades long over. Richard orders him to take a castle which is rumored to hold a gold statue. Discovering that it is defended by a solitary one-eyed man who is sheltering women and children, and being told the statue is a worthless stone, Robin and his right-hand man, Little John, refuse to attack. King Richard, angry at their insubordination, orders the pair's execution and the castle attacked, but is wounded with an arrow by the old man. Richard has the helpless residents massacred, with the exception of the old man, because Richard likes his eye. Mortally wounded, the king offers to let Robin beg for his life. When Robin refuses, Richard draws his sword, but having been wounded, lacks the strength to strike him and falls to the floor. Robin helps the dying king, and, moved by his loyalty, Richard frees Robin and Little John. Robin and Little John return to England and are reunited with old friends Will Scarlet and Friar Tuck in Sherwood Forest. He hears his exploits have become legendary. When Robin casually inquires about Maid Marian, they tell him she is still alive and where she lives. When he goes to see her, she finds him as impossible as ever, while he discovers she has become an abbess. He learns that his old nemesis, the Sheriff of Nottingham, has ordered her arrest in response to King John's order to expel senior leaders of the Roman Catholic Church from England. All right. There's our setup.
All right.
Start with your notes.
So first note is apples.
That is also my first note. Literally apples.
Apples. Nice little shot of some apples in the first frame there of the opening credits.
If I may follow up on that, I just listed what we see. Apples, sun, sword, vulture, one-eyed man, ground.
I also said it was cool to see Connery and Shaw's name together again.
Right.
It's like, holy shit, we're in it. And then I was like, is this going to be a Monty Python movie? Because immediately we have those two.
They clonk helmets.
And it looks like it's like the flesh wound knight. Like
as soon as I saw his silhouette, his shadow on the ground, I'm like, is this the Black Knight from from Holy Grail.
Yeah.
And then when they lean down together and clonk helmets, I'm like, surely you could have done a different take.
Oh, so silly. So silly. So I was like, when that
But
happened...
it's not played for comedy though. It just happens.
Yeah, because
Like the way the stormtrooper hits his head in A New Hope.
Yeah, because as soon as that happened, I was laughing, and I went to go click on the wiki real quick to see like what the genre was. It said it was like a romantic British film, and I was like, "This is supposed to be a comedy," because we'll get into it. There's quite a few interesting comedy bits.
There's some good jokes, and there's a lot of jokes that are just weird and
a lot of moments that are
off.
just very, very unintentionally funny. I think, which we'll get to, because I have some screenshots today.
Same. So do I. That's why I asked for you to set up this share.
I have 2 fun screenshots they're later on in the movie.
Oh, just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
About 40.
I have 2 minutes and 44 seconds is my mark for Connery's first appearance. We do get him. We do hear him a few seconds earlier saying "now" when they attack on the kingdom there.
Pretty pathetic. My note is sad catapult.
Yeah, right. And that was like super hilarious too. It was like
flops.
yeah. So when that happened too, I was like, wow, is this going to be a comedy movie? Like, this is crazy. And I like that. I had a quote from first Connery quote for me is, "We're fighting for the Rock," and I said, "We're fighting for the Rock." That could have been a great tie-in.
Oh no, he said he was fighting for Iraq.
For a Rock, yeah, but I said 44 The Rock. Very funny. Which is funny. I've been playing side note, I've been playing Starfield, which is fabulous.
How is it?
It's so good. It's Skyrim in space. You get to I'm currently trying to build the Millennium Falcon. It's awesome.
Oh man, do I need a what are you playing? PC? Xbox?
Yeah, it's on PC and Xbox. I got it on Game Pass. I didn't even have to pay. I didn't have to pay for it because I have Game Pass.
You pay for Game Pass though.
$10 a month. I have a unlimited supply of games I can play. It's great.
Is that an Xbox only thing?
It's Xbox Game Pass is on PC, so it's fabulous. But there is a place that's like a kind of a bar / like HQ for one of these like groups in the game, and it's called The Rock. And so I walked in. I was like, "Welcome to the Rock." It's beautiful. I want to make Sean. I should have did that. I should have made Sean Connery. My friend Kyle and Andy Leem's brother. He made a Roger Moore.
Oh wow!
And so it's like Roger Moore in a spacesuit. It's like Moonraker Roger Moore. It's fabulous.
What system are you playing on? Xbox what series?
I'm on PC.
Oh, you're on PC. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
But it's also on Xbox. It's only a Microsoft game, so it's only it's on PlayStation or anything else.
Yeah, I debating getting an Xbox now.
It's good.
Anyway.
It's good fun. It's real good fun.
I want to play that game.
Let's see. But then I get my next note till I pass it over to you. Richard Harris.
Yes,
so
same.
great
Richard Harris.
to see Richard Harris. And I said in that scene when he's talking when you first see him, he looks just like Bryan Cranston.
Yes. He does have a very Bryan Cranston-esque
like
look.
just like Bryan Cranston. I was like, what the fuck, man? It was.
But he's much more smug.
Yeah, way more smug, but just like the looks of him was like very. And I feel like we said that about him in Molly Maguire's too. Didn't we say he looked like Bryan Cranston or something?
Maybe.
I feel like he looked like somebody. We'll have to go back and listen to the. I know we said he looked like somebody else, but I could have swore we said something about Bryan Cranston. I'm not sure, but he's got one of those faces. But also, for those who don't know, the original Dumbledore, the better Dumbledore, in my opinion.
Yes, the gentler Dumbledore.
Which is he was the book Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And then you had
Michael Gambon.
Michael Gambon took
go
over
the top half
and
the
it's
time.
like it's like getting way too
I'll
loud.
deliver this line calmly.
Yeah. Did you put a name in the goblet of fire? He asked calmly. ridiculous. But yeah, Richard Harris, so good to see him again.
It's just Homer strangling Harry Potter.
Yeah, really. It's
You put your name in the...
But yeah, great to see
Snaps
Richard
his
Harris
neck.
and great to see Harris and Connery together again,
Yes.
even for a short time.
A film of 3 reunions, 4 reunions.
Yeah.
So we've got the reunion with John Barry and Robert Shaw.
Yep.
Then you've got, as you just said, Richard Harris.
Yeah.
And do you know who the 4th one is?
DeHolm Elliott.
Yeah.
And
Who we've seen twice together in both Cuba and The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Which is where Robin is coming back from.
Look at that.
His last crusade.
Crazy.
Boom.
So yeah,
Cover that note. Yeah, and then the old man with one eye, with the old man whose aim must be excellent because he's just got one eye, I guess. I don't know. Throws an arrow perfectly and lodges it in from a high atop a castle. Lodges it in Richard Harris's neck. How? What? No, that arrow would go a spinning and a flopping.
Oh man,
it's not. What? That moment blew me away.
it's movie magic, baby.
Oh yeah, but still pretty awesome when he's sitting there like ripping it out himself.
Oh yeah, let me show you how it's done, and just freaking does it himself. It's dope. But what do you have for your first half of notes here, Dylan?
And then he has that physician killed, he says. Okay. When Robin and Little John are in a cell, Robin starts, like, removing a brick. So
Took him like an hour or so to do it, and then like...
Well, because he's, like, scraping away at the molding. And then as soon as he's done, the guard comes in and it's like, guys.
the king will see you now.
Yeah.
He's like, well, shit.
Literally, if we had finished up 2 minutes earlier.
Could have been a way cooler. Oh, man. But, like, yeah, again, another hilarious comedy bit. And
but
then,
also,
oh my
our
God.
second... no, go ahead.
Oh, no, we'll get to it, because if we're still in the cell, after the cell, things get wild, but we'll get to it.
Well, this is our second film where Connery has to escape from a cell from the top right of the ceiling of the cell.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Doctor No.
That's
It's
right.
the same angle.
Oh, my God. You're
It's
right.
the cell shot so you can see the door, like head on, and the escape hatch is on the right side, and he's got to get himself up there.
That's right.
Anyway, Doctor No.
Dr. Yesh.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
So once we get to like the king will see you now, and we get into like the king's court with
Yes, I
like
got some
there's like
notes on that.
what a fucking wild scene.
Oh yes.
Let's see. First note I have here. Dylan Titus on the horn. Yeah, that one guy singing, and then like the guy next to him blowing like the weird like double horn.
That's me?
And I was like, that looks like Dylan to me. I don't know why. I don't know
Do
why.
you have a screenshot of this?
I should have grabbed one. I can grab it right now probably, but it's hilarious. I was like, God, Dylan Titus on the horn.
Oh my God!
while-
Find a screenshot of it, please. You keep talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, while I'm looking for that, I also had it cuts to like just random people like conversing and hanging out, and you hear this weird like Prince moan. Like remember when like the Chappelle Show bit with Prince?
Yes.
And he's like,
yes.
oh. You hear that in the background, and I'm like, is that the cameraman moaning?
Yeah. There's some weird ADR noises in this movie.
There's so many weird ADR
When
moments.
when Connery's on the horse, in the carriage.
Okay, maybe it's not completely like you, but it's
Hang on. Let me share this screen here.
Oh, I loved his One Piece hat. He
there.
looked like One Piece.
No harm in that. And he like clicks at the horse.
Tisk.
And it's the weirdest noise that you've ever heard. And it's like, did a human make that noise?
See what there is to see. No harm in that.
Anyway, you share yours with me.
Oh, I gotta save it.
Show me in this movie.
I thought he had longer hair when I first saw it. Where is it? All right, okay, where is it? Let me share my screen. There it is. Right there. I love
Okay.
it. A little bit.
Okay, hold on. I got a note on that guy, because he comes back. No,
Does it?
it's not. Never mind, he's got a beard. Oh, yeah, he does kind of look like me.
Well, look at that what kind of horn is that?
I don't know, but it's awesome.
Yeah, I've never seen one like that. It's wild. But I was like, oh hey, another Titus. This is our second Titus sighting on Connery Curious.
Yeah, that does kind of look like me. I confused it for this man here. Right here, can you see my mouse?
It looks like a young Dave Grohl.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. It looks like Dave Grohl.
Oh my goodness.
Nirvana era Dave Grohl in a dress. While Robert Shaw says, "These pears are absolutely delicious."
Oh man.
Okay. So yeah, in that scene, in the king's court, he demands to be brought wine, and then a little person brings him wine, and it just makes me so happy. You don't ever see the little person's face for some reason.
Yeah.
It's always shot from behind, which is further dehumanizing.
It's
But
probably
for
a
some
little
reason-
Lionel.
little Oates Ritchie.
Little Oates Ritzy, that's what it was.
Little Oates Ritzy. He's living it up. He's got the good life. Little Oat Ritzy. But I just thought it's so funny that Richard Lester's like, okay, and Richard the Lionheart has gone so mad that he's just got a little person bringing him his wine. And then throughout the scene, the music doesn't stop. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So you finally see that there's singers way in the background of the room, but it makes you think for a second, like, okay, did they forget to turn the record player off?
Still going. Oh, they're like the Titanic band. They just don't stop. They're just like, they got to keep going.
Or the people dancing on the deck in 5 Days, One Summer.
Oh yeah, they have to fix the record player.
As long as it's going, they must keep dancing.
They gotta keep going. Oh yeah, remember they had to pause. That was like a bit we had. Like they couldn't move.
And as the record slows down, they slow down.
They start slowing down. Oh.
And then my final note on that sequence in the King's Hall is his last line. It goes, "What will you do now I'm dead?" Cut. So it means that scene just ended with, "Now I'm dead." You don't give Richard Harris like a
Yeah, then it
great
cuts right to the
moment
funeral
die. He
procession.
just goes, "Now I'm dead." Cut.
Which had to been a comedy bit because I laughed out loud like, "Now I am
Same.
dead," and I was like, "Oh, is he though?" And then we see the funeral procession. And I was
I
like,
guess
what the
that
fuck?
goes on forever.
Oh,
So
yeah.
much so that I clicked forward 20 seconds and it was still going.
Oh yeah, and they ride right through it too. Like,
Yes, my next note is awkward funeral passing. They're like looking at it from across the gorge, and then they're going. They're like,
they
"All right,
have
we're
to
on our
pass
way
by
now,"
it.
and then yeah.
like he won't care if we miss. It's all right. They won't see us, and they have to drive right by it.
I guess they're gonna
no.
see us.
Oh, man.
Sorry, no, you go. Yeah, that was too funny. And then they start riding through a field on their horses, and it's like a happy music montage. And I wanted them to ride past Anakin and Padme, And
I li-
Anakin's riding on that big like bull
and the
frog thing.
and they're rolling on the field and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that shot though.
And he tricks
That
her
was-
into thinking he's horribly injured or dead.
Oh yeah, then they roll around awkwardly.
That's the best way to get a woman is to trick her.
Have you ever seen the Supernauts cut of the prequels?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you. You'll never
Send it
watch.
to me.
You'll never watch the prequels the same again. Oh, so good. I used to watch it. My friend Tori, who did all my tattoos, that was our tradition. We always watched that together. This guy did every single Star Wars movie. Like he redubbed them all and made them into different stories.
Supernaut, you said?
Yeah, I think Supernaut. Yeah, but like the original trilogy stuff is okay, but the prequel stuff is hilarious. I think we need to get together and watch it together because it's so much fun. It's the best. It's like
I can't find anything under that name. Supernaut?
I'll find it. I have it saved somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, find it for me.
But yeah, but I like that shot. I thought it was a cool wide shot of you see Sherwood Forest. We're going back to Sherwood Forest. I thought that was really cool. My only kind of note in that area is this week's fart joke brought to you by Sean Connery when he finds the horn in the tree and he blows it, a big fart noise and like
It's filled with moss and dirt.
yeah, and I was like, "There's your fart joke for the week." Beautiful. Well, there is a good other fart joke later on. I'm saving for later because it's perfect. It's perfect.
Well, there's a missed joke opportunity for sure, because they go into the forest, literally for sure, and Little John looks lost, but Robin Hood says, "Oh, I know where we are," and Little John says, "Are you sure?" And Robin Hood says, "Of course I'm sure." And it should have been followed up with Sherwood Forest.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Real slow arrows. The arrow that Friar Tuck or Will, whichever one fires, is like moving at like 14 miles an hour. I mean, it's still faster than I can run, but... and then underwear is my next note.
Underwear?
Yeah, you see Connery's underwear a lot. You see a lot of underwear in this movie. There are a lot of people's...
Dude.
And a lot of people's... You don't see Little John's long johns, but you see everyone
You know
else's.
what? I'm going to cut to it now.
Cut to it now.
We see Connery's ass in this movie.
Do we?
You did you miss it?
Yes.
I laughed, Dylan, for
When is
so
this?
long. It's towards the end of the movie. Remember, I have a screenshot of it.
Okay.
So you remember there, it's right after, like, you see Robert Shaw, Sheriff of Nottingham, eating his pears, and then you cut to Connery in a tree. He's like, oh, he's still eating his breakfast. Like they're waiting for him to be ready to fight. And and he's there with Will Scarlet, and he jumps out of the tree. As he jumps out of the tree, his like robes go up, and you see his full ass.
Okay, let's see this.
So it's the funniest Connery screenshot I think I've ever taken. I laughed so hard. It was so hard to get because it happens for a split second. Where is it? But he jumps down and we see his full ass.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You saved this, right? This is a screenshot you have, yes?
Yes, I will send it to you.
Okay.
We see
Yes, please do. Oh my god.
he's jumping down. We see his full ass. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god.
Cause I'm like, I don't know if it's trying to be, if it's played for comedy or whatever, but like they kept that shit in the movie, and it's hilarious.
So, to skip forward again as well on that note, when he and Little John are climbing up the wall, like they climb up the gate and then they climb up the wall, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
And then the guards follow behind them, and the sheriff is, or the guard, the head of the guard is telling chase after them or whatever. I just wanted the guard, the ones that are chasing, climbing up, is like, sire, I can see their balls.
And speaking of balls, I'm just gonna use my other screenshot now. Check out these fucking dickheads.
Oh my
They're like
god.
fucking dicks. It's hilarious.
Hold on, I gotta bring this to my other screen. Oh my lord.
Like they're
That's
for
amazing.
audio listeners, we'll put this on Instagram. But like,
Oh yeah, these will all be on Instagram.
they have these chainmail like situations go on, and then they have these little like
cone head helmets.
cone head helmets, and they
perfectly rounded.
look like little penises. It's
And
hilarious.
So the one up front looks like Ben Shapiro.
I was thinking that, or a little bit like Joaquin Phoenix too, like a young Joaquin Phoenix maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. And then this one over here to the right kind of looks like Frank Zappa.
Yeah, huh? Like this
And then
was
the
like
one behind Ben Shapiro looks like Carl Wilson from the Beach Boys, and then this one all the way to the left looks like a young Marky Mark. You're telling me I'm gonna have to put on a helmet?
a dick helmet.
Chainmail?
But like this was
I
this
never
had to
wore
be
a dick helmet before.
this had to be played for comedy too. Cause look at this. This is ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous outfit I've ever seen.
And the guy all the way at the end that is leaning slightly to the right,
Yeah.
or leaning slightly to the left. Excuse me. It's just like a bending penis.
Oh man.
All right, shall we continue with the plot?
Yeah. Continue with the plot. We probably get right through it. Actually, it's probably not that deep.
Oh wait, no, I have a couple more notes. Denholm Elliott, I love Denholm Elliott. It's great to see him again, and he's good in this.
I had a note of him jamming out on the little lute or whatever. I thought that was really cool.
Okay, my note on that is he's playing the lute song. He finishes up and he goes, "And now a song called Wonderwall." But I want your side. What song does he play next? And he finishes up his lute song. What song does he go into then? That's like great for joke purposes.
A Wonderwall is usually a really good one. I would say probably Stairway to Heaven. That's a good one.
Yeah, actually, that's more fitting for the time. too.
Yeah.
Medieval England. And then they also comment that the king has a 12-year-old queen that he spends most of his time in bed with, and they laugh about that.
And we see,
Everyone laughs
and we
about
see
that.
it later, and it's like, ugh,
Oh, it's so wrong.
it's odd.
It's so wrong. Yeah, we'll get to
Although
that.
that actress definitely wasn't 12, so that's good.
No, but she was definitely not 18.
Yeah.
All right, let's just talk about that now. They play it like she's the horny one. She's like, come back to bed. It's like, no, this is a child. Like, Richard Lester, this is not how this would be. But it'd be funny. No, it wouldn't be. I directed the Beatles. Anyway. Okay. Mario, you mind if we take a Connor P?
Connor P. Let's take Connor P.
I think that awkwardness is a good place to end it. All right, Connor P time.
Connor P.
I'll be right back.
Me too. While we're Connor P-ing, I'm going to open up this Pop-Tart. Ooh, yeah. What's your favorite Pop-Tart, Connery listeners? I'm a cinnamon sugar kind of guy. Actually, you know what? These are better cold. I like them warm. Cold's good too. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm. Delicious. Not bad. Delicious. All right, that's all. Delicious.
All right, have you kept recording?
Yeah,
Okay, same.
I was eating a Pop-Tart and talking about it.
What kind of Pop-Tart?
You'll find out when you hear the audio back.
Oh, tense.
What do you think it was?
Okay, was it a fruit flavor?
No.
Okay, then I'm guessing it was the ice cream one. The ice cream sundae one? No? Okay. S'mores, cookies and cream.
Great guesses.
Maple.
Also a good guess.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna guess this, damn it. And if I get it right, you have to tell me.
No, I'm not going to tell you if you're right.
No, you have to.
No,
I'm expending all this effort. Okay. Is it Apple Jacks?
No.
Banana bread?
No.
Brown sugar cinnamon?
There it is.
Alrighty.
Congratulations.
No problem. Wait, what?
Why did you say no problem? No. Congratulations. No problem. Thank you.
You got it.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay.
I hate when you say thank you, or thanks somebody to say either yeah or sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how upset they are, I guess. Like,
But
if they
it's
go,
like-
sure.
But like it's like or yup. If even it's a simple thing like someone's holding the door for you, you go into like a store, and it's like
Yeah.
it's like oh thanks man. Yup.
Yep. That's how you know they're not happy about doing it.
It's like then don't do it, man. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Yup.
You didn't have to acknowledge the basic politeness I'm fucking distributing, okay? It's a basic rules about being a human. Okay, what are you gonna thank me for returning my carriage?
Everybody does it. Yup.
Uh,
Anyways, where were we?
Where were we? Alright, let's keep going with the wiki. When the sheriff comes to arrest Marian, Marian wants no trouble, but Robin rescues her against her will. Jesus.
It was against her. It really was.
Yeah. Striking Sir Ranulph, the sheriff's arrogant guest, in the process. He also later rescues the nuns who have been locked in the sheriff's castle. Ignoring the sheriff's warnings, Sir Ranulph pursues Robin into the forest. His men are ambushed, and a number are killed by arrows. Sir Ranulph is left unharmed only because Robin orders him spared. When the news of Robin's return spreads, old comrades and new recruits rally once more to him. Sir Ranulph asks King John for 200 soldiers to deal with Robin. Okay, so that's where the King John thing comes in. He's played by Ian Holm in one scene. And it's that uncomfortable scene with the not 18-year-old.
Mm.
Yeah, that scene was pretty uncomfortable. I didn't really like Ian Holm in it. What did you think of Ian Holm as the king?
They were trying to make him like a goofy, funny king, and I was like, he seems all right, but like it really that scene didn't really further the plot for me or
the child
anything.
bride thing, it makes it real
You know
uncomfortable.
what I mean? It's kind of like, it's almost like, you know, it's a comic relief thing that it's just trying to be. It's kind of like the king in Hamilton, which that's hilarious. I don't know if you've ever seen Hamilton.
Oh yeah, I have. I saw it live.
You'll be back. Oh, you saw it live, really?
Yeah, at P-Back.
You'll be
Not on Broadway.
back. Like that, you know, it's hilarious. Like that.
I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. La da 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 da. Da 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 ba da 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 da.
Now that's a fun king. That's a fun king to put in the middle of the film.
Yeah.
And this is just like a creepy
Please
king.
don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. Yeah, that song slaps.
It's really good. So yeah, like this was like meant to be a weird, funny thing. It's like it's one thing that you mentioned it earlier in the movie. Why'd you have to show us? I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Why couldn't you just not mention it or show it? Why did it have to be a thing? Like, that was a directorial choice.
Yeah, it's just the 70s for you. Anyways,
I just realized, man. Yeah.
but going back to the kind of escape from the sheriff's castle here, definitely love that nut shot. Connery gives that one guard a freaking
Yes,
great nut shot.
I have my note on that is lost it already. Okay, woman slaps man slaps woman, man kicks man in balls.
Real good.
Classic slapstick. I do have a few more notes here. When Will is playing on the lute, he's like, and he requests or whatever, and Connery says, "Can you play one about Marian?" And I think that's a good example of positive male friendships, that all three of his male friends don't mercilessly ridicule him for asking for a song about his loved one. Oh, what do you got, a crush? Oh, why don't you wear a tutu and dance around to the song I'm gonna sing?
It was a very cute Connery moment.
Yeah,
We don't
it was a good moment of friends, and that's not a positive example of masculinity that I was just mocking there. I just thought it was a nice thing that he asked for a song about the woman he loves, and all of his friends are like, "Yeah,
Sure,
you got it.
we got you, son."
We love you, bro."
That whole crew, them together, was great. It was very Lord of the Rings. It was very
Yes.
It was like they were like the hobbits going on. It was like kind of like Sam and all them together. They were fun together. I thought that was a good cast, well casted.
I thought everyone was well cast in this film, especially we've got Connery and Harris and Shaw.
Oh
and,
man!
And Audrey Hepburn is masterful in this film.
Oh yeah, she's great. So. Fabulous. Wasn't expecting that hairdo. The whole movie, I'm like, what's her hair gonna look like?
Well, I have the DVD box, so I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't even see the poster until today, so I was like, oh okay. So
I kind of like this poster.
The yellow the yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one too.
With like the cutout of Connery's shoulder there and the axe fight in the middle.
Yeah, and Robert Shaw looking dope.
Yeah, that's a good poster.
But weird to see Richard Harris all the way at the bottom, man. But they made sure to make it big, big words. Like, Richard Harris is in this movie too.
Yeah,
because you gotta give him the
for
love.
all of 10 minutes maybe.
At least, yeah, probably a solid 10 minutes.
I think it's just those two scenes.
And he killed
scenes.
Every minute of it was amazing. I thought he was good. I'm glad,
especially because in the scene he was literally killing.
He was literally killing. But like even him like talking to his guys while he's getting like patched up or attempted to be patched up. It's like, man, I just want to hear everything he says. And then when he dies, I'm like, oh man, that's it. That's all the Harris we get for this movie. Like no more for you.
Now I'm dead.
Now I am dead.
That wasn't even the script. He just said it, and we had to let him go.
I did laugh because like Connery, goes over him. And he's like, "Oh no, Richard." So that must be kind of like nice that like you get to just, like keep your name in the movie.
He's in it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and every minute he made count. I thought it was fabulous.
Shall I keep going with the wiki?
Yeah, finish up the wiki. Let's just finish.
Yeah, let's do it. We only got 3 left. The sheriff waits in the fields beyond the forest, knowing Robin will be unable to resist indefinitely the temptation to attack. Despite the open terrain, which is unfavorable for Robin's untrained and greatly outnumbered men against the king's trained soldiers. When Robin does emerge from the forest, he proposes that he and the sheriff fight by single combat to settle the issue, despite the protests of Sir Ranulph. Although Robin appears to be stronger at the start of the fight, it becomes clear the sheriff is more than a match for him. Eventually, the sheriff has wounded Robin at his mercy and demands his surrender. Refusing, Robin manages to kill the sheriff with the last of his strength. Led by Sir Ranulph, the soldiers attack and scatters Robin's ragtag band, many of whom are captured or killed. Will, Scarlet, and Friar Tuck are captured, but Little John manages to kill Sir Ranulph. John and Marian take Robin to her abbey, where she keeps her medicine. Robin believes he will recover to win future battles. Little John stands outside while Marian tends to Robin's wounds. Marian prepares a draught of medicine and that's draft of medicine and drinks some herself before giving it to Robin. He drinks it and realizes that the pain has gone away and his legs have gone numb. Understanding Marian has poisoned them both, he cries out for Little John. Marian talks to him about how much she loves him. He realizes that he would never have recovered, and Marian has committed an act of mercy. Robin and Marian try to touch each other's hands as Little John crashes through the door and weeps at Robin's bedside. Robin asks Little John for his bow and shoots an arrow from his deathbed through the open window and asks him to bury them both where it lands. The arrow soars out the window into the distance. Apples are seen decaying on the windowsill.
That was the craziest ending, dude. I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah. Should
Having
we work
him
our way
live-
up to it, or should we just talk about it now?
I think we want to talk about it now because we're right here and it's fresh. Like, yeah, it's that.
So we're skipping ahead a little bit. We're right to
Yeah.
the ending.
Yeah, so this.
He is injured in battle. They take him to the Abbey, and she gives him some medicine.
Yeah, I'll kind of build up for my last three notes here. Then we'll go back to my middle of my notes.
Okay.
But like that Connery and Shaw fight, awesome. I thought it was crazy. I'm like, wow. Like it says in the wiki, you know, Connery looks strong the first half, and then it's like they're a match, and like they're just like both exhausted, and they're like, you know, like just give up and all that. He does not give up, and I thought it was insane.
Well, while we're on that, let's talk about that because it's our second movie in a row where Sean Connery and Robert Shaw fight, are evenly matched, and the music is John Barry.
Yeah.
Except there's no music in the train car sequence, but which also, when you think about it, it's the exact opposite. They're two men in suits in a very tight quarters of a train with no music. This is the exact opposite. They're men in suits of armor out in an open field with music
Yes.
and weapons.
Very tense fight. It was like one of those fights where it's like, who will win? You know, I wasn't sure at the end. I was like, man, like a part of me was like, Robin Hood's probably not going to survive this movie, but like we'll see what happens. So
I thought he was going to make it.
I thought maybe they both would go down, but yeah, maybe Robin Hood, like as the hero, is still going to keep going, but to not see that poisoning there, man, like that was
Not at all.
When I saw her drink it first, I was like,
I got concerned.
I suspected it. I was like, oh no, I think it's.
At first, I thought it. I got a little concerned, but then I brushed it off as like, maybe she just, you know, she was always questioning her faith. Maybe she just like takes a little bit on the side. You know what I mean?
Something.
Where's mother? What's her name? Rennet or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Janet. Mother Janet. Why is Mother Janet all like giddy today? She gets into her own supply.
A little high on the supply, brother.
She's got a draft going.
But yeah, I thought.
Do you ladies feel a draft? Would you like to?
But yeah, man, I just love that final kind of quote. I think I'm paraphrasing. I think I got it right. I had no captions for this movie, but it was like, "Where this falls, bring us close and leave us there." And it's him, like the one final, because that's Robin Hood's signature, man, with the bow and arrow, and how cool. And
Which he doesn't. Is that the only time he fires it in the movie? He only fires a bow a couple of times.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, not very often. He's very sword and shield and whatever.
Yeah.
But just like seeing that, but part of me, because this movie was already so funny as it was, when you see that thing launch and disappear to the sky, I wanted to cut to space. And it lands on the moon, and Little John's like, shit. Little John's like, shit. I need to like wait.
But you see the whole journey. You see it like fly through the atmosphere into space. It the tail catches fire.
They should have had it go across the world. It should have like went through like other movies. It should have showed up like in Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. And you see a zip by like you see the Orient Express, and it's going by the train like
at the same speed, you see
right.
the little girl. They go, "Mommy, look! It's an arrow going alongside." And the mom's reading the newspaper. It's like, "Don't tell lies," and like hits her. Like, isn't that what happens in Superman?
Oh yes.
Oh no, that's That happens with the train, but there's no hitting, and then it happens later when he rescues the cat.
That's
She's
right.
like, Mommy, a man came down from the sky and rescued my cat. And you hear her go, don't tell lies, and smacks her.
That's why I see the arrows go through like the history of Connery movies. It's been hilarious.
Until it finally lands at, hold on. Lilacs in the spring, and just he's an extra in that movie, and it just hits him in the head and kills him. But also on that, he launches out the where this lands, bury us there. He fires it out the window, but because he's very weak, it just like kind of peters out and just it doesn't go very far.
It lands on the floor next to the bed. It's bury us right here. He's like, "Are you sure, Robin?" Yes, well, I should.
Do you want another go at this?
Nope, whatever it lands. That's way much better, yes.
You sure I can just pick it up and you try again? Nope.
No, please. I should.
But
I've spoken.
he gives it like as much strength as he can, and it launches out the window, but then just kind of falls, and it gains enough speed that whoever's just walking down below just gets just stabbed right in the head. Which also on that, there's a moment where they're at the top of when they climb up the gate and get to that balcony, and they're fighting. Connery like hits a dude and knocks the shield out of his hand. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a crescent, like not crescent. You know what I'm talking about? Like crest-shaped shield, and it's sharp at the bottom. And I just imagine like another guy climbing up, but he's not wearing a helmet. He just gets impaled, or like maybe just a regular citizen or something, just get impaled by a falling shield.
Oh my God.
Where did I wrote it? Man impaled through head by falling shield. But like that could have been a good opportunity, or maybe not impaled, but at the very least have that shield hit one of the guys falling or climbing up. Excuse me. You know what I mean? Like that would have been a good little Spielbergian connection where, each thing kind of leads into the other. Like you've got men climbing up, following you, and you finally reach the top. A guy comes at you with a shield. You knock the shield out of his hand. The shield falls, knocks down one of the guys that's climbing. You know what I mean?
Remember that scene? Work my way backwards. It's right after the fight, and they're all running off because like the whole sheriff's crew as it goes off, they're like, get him, and they're
we're not keeping our word.
Yeah, and they're running back into the forest, and Little John has that like ball and chain. What's that called? What's that called?
Mace.
A mace. It is a mace. Okay, I wrote. And he wraps the mace around that guy's like sword and just yanks it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Like, that was like some Ghost Rider
Whoa there,
shit.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, right? I was like, this shit was intense. A lot of cool little like fight moments like that.
It's funny, I said Spider-Man, you said Ghost Rider.
We're nerds.
Yeah.
Which one's a bigger nerd, I wonder.
Neither one of us said Indiana Jones.
Well, the chain. I figured the chain and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah.
So
I was
like,
thinking like web, in the games how you pull
just fucking web shoot
weapons
them
out of people's hands. Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really cool shit. But like kind of going, so now we kind of cover the end here. Let me go back to the middle a little bit. That going back to the sheriff's castle. Some cool notes here for the castle. There's that one guy, when they're like training at the beginning, you first see the Sheriff Nottingham. Yeah. Is that one guy that's like Palpatine kind of walking around like the fight like area. He's like a little old guy with like a freaking, he had like the same Palpatine robe on. He's just walking around randomly. That was hilarious. But that
I don't know if you can pull up a screenshot.
Yeah, I'll try to find them. But while I'm looking for that, and that whole sequence in like that area was very Game of Thrones season 1 to me. It reminded me of like the Starks, like when was it Robert Stark? Was that Robert Stark?
Ned Stark.
Ned Stark was like they were like training and stuff outside. Like he sees his son like training or whatever. It was very reminiscent of that for me.
Okay, crazy you say that because one of the first titles in the movie is A. Ray Stark Production.
Oh, that's right.
Right, and it was A. Ray Stark, enter, next line, production. And my brain saw it as Arya Stark?
Ooh, right.
Yeah, so weird that you say that.
Where are you, Palpatine? I'm going to find Palpatine.
There's always one guy walking around looking like Palpatine.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like looking at him, like, who is this guy?
You got it?
Oh, I'm still looking for it.
Okay. I'll share some of my notes while you're looking.
Here he is.
Okay, well, on that note, so isn't it crazy that this is the second movie in a row where we're introduced to Robert Shaw's character during a training sequence?
Ooh, yes.
And not only is it the second film, but it's the third training sequence, because we get both introductions to Robert Shaw's character in From Russia with Love during training sequences, the cold open, and then when Rosa Klebb shows up.
That's right.
2 training sequences, both are used as introductions to his character. The first one we see him, and the second... Wait, go back. When he points right here, when he points the sword.
Right at the camera.
It bends.
Oh, yeah.
Cheap sword.
Oh, there's Palpatine in the background. There's one shot of him.
Wait, hold on. Rewind it.
Oh, it's like one of him actually walking. You get like a full shot of it.
Well, it's funny that you say Palpatine's in this scene, because I'm going to take this one and put lightsabers to it, because it's Robert Shaw 2 against 1 sword fighting. So I'm putting lightsabers to it. So once you find Palpatine,
It would seem that Palpatine's returned.
and this guy in the black looks like John
There he is.
Lithgow.
There he is. Palpatine.
Right there in the oh my lord. You know, hold on. Go back. What do you got? What is that? 10 seconds? 15?
20. There he is.
You know who it looks like? Hold on, I'm screenshotting that. You know who that looks like? Rudy Giuliani.
That was his punishment. He had to go back in time.
And age there with no health care.
But yeah.
Yeah, this guy in the black looks like John Lithgow. From a distance, at least. Anyway, yeah. Also, yeah. What colors am I making those lightsabers? What color is Robert Shaw's lightsaber?
Oh, it's got to be red.
Yeah.
Yeah, have him have a red and Connery. Give Connery blue. Oh no, green because Robin Hood.
Yeah. Okay.
Which no traditional Robin Hood garb in this movie.
Yeah, not at all. Just
I
his butt.
would like to have like a little bit of a green, maybe a reminiscent of the Green Knight a little bit. Give us a little bit of green. That would have been dope.
So we're talking about DVD box sets. So let's make one. Green Knight.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Sword of the Valiant, Robin and Marian. What else goes with it?
Oh, it's easy. So Sword of Valiant, Robin and Marian.
Also, I loved your response too. Oh, easy. I got this.
But oh yeah, those two, and then you put
Zardoz.
no, probably no Robin.
Oh, First Night.
Yeah, First Night. And Man Who Would Be King.
Oh yeah, huh?
All like kind of.
Or wait, no. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Well,
He plays King Richard the Lionheart.
Yeah, we haven't seen that one yet, so I'm going by what I've seen so far.
Or Dragonheart.
Dragonheart would be good too.
Yeah, because I feel
Dragonheart's too magical.
So is Sword of the Valiant though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those would work all good together.
Yeah, because then you get 2 magic films and 2 non-magic films.
Yeah. Okay.
First Night and Robin and Marian are non-magical. Sword of the Valiant and Dragonheart are.
True.
And he's both mystical beings in those films.
True.
Yeah.
I like that.
Alrighty.
Let's see. What else do I have?
I'd buy that 4 DVD pack.
Yeah, why
if
not?
I didn't already have all these films.
Yeah, why not? Let's see.
When they wake up in the forest, he brushes his teeth with a stick.
I have that in my notes.
That's gross.
There's a lot of weird shit he's doing in that campground. He brushes his teeth with his sticks. He's like running in place at one point. Remember that? He's like kind of doing this shit.
Yeah.
That shit's weird.
Getting himself hyped up. Share some screenshots with you here. Because some things I have notes on. Yeah, Robert Shaw shaves by looking into his sword as a mirror.
I have
That's
that.
pretty badass.
That's in my notes as well because I put Robert Shaw shaving ASMR because you hear him shaving. Even,
while the horses are approaching.
and you hear it's still going on when you hear the horse coming down. I'm like, man, we can still hear this fucking shaving going on. That's like, what the
Right?
fuck, man?
I wonder if that was a deliberate choice or a mistake.
It's most likely they must have had like not good audio for that other shot, so they took the audio from the other footage and put it in and added like horse noises.
Do you find Robert Shaw sexy in this with his shirt off?
Not sexy, but it's like he's kind of rugged. I'll say,
Yeah.
I had this in my notes. Time was a lot better to Robert Shaw than Sean Connery
I agree.
because he looks damn good. Like like the same face. This is how many years after From Russia with Love?
So this was 74, right?
Yeah,
74. So 11 years.
yeah. So like he looked. I mean,
Or 76. So 13 years.
okay.
13 years.
So like,
And this was, hold on. Jaws was 75, so this was the year after Jaws.
so yeah. So
This was right after he played Quint.
yeah. So Time has been pretty good to him. Although I'm sure the Robin Hood look was a specific look they wanted to go for with Connery because they wanted an old Robin Hood, and like they probably made him look a little older than he should be. Because I mean,
He's supposed to be old.
yeah, but forcefully looks more older than I think he is in this movie. Because then a few years before or after, what year is Man Who Would Be King?
75.
So yeah,
So that's the next year, yeah.
So and he looks damn good in that movie. So they
yeah, he looks younger in that movie.
yeah, give me that picture. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, look how old he fucking looks in this. It's because of the
It's
beard.
the gray in his beard.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, I feel like his beard is darker brown in Man Who Would Be King, and I
Yeah.
think that.
It's not.
And,
It's not as
and
big.
yeah, he shaves it too.
Yeah, he's
So
got
it's
the
like,
Lemmy.
Yeah.
So where the gray
That
is,
helps.
he takes it off. Yeah. So, but yeah, he just I think they purposely want him to look younger. So I think Connery still looks good at this time, but Robert Shaw looks like close to what he looked like in From Russia with Love, face wise.
Yeah,
But obviously-
and he still got that barrel-chested shape that he had in From Russia with Love.
Yeah.
When he's standing there without his shirt off, and Rosa Club punches him in the gut.
Yeah.
It's like that huge barrel chest.
Yeah, so he's got people were built different back then, man. It's like a nice physique there.
Sun and cigarettes.
Hell yeah, man. But yeah, Robert Shaw looks like $1 million. And right there too, like that smug look. That's like the signature Red Grant look.
Right? Look at them though. Showdown again. Face-to-face showdown.
I love it.
And he's smug the whole time. And Connery's just like, okay, I've got your game figured out, I guess.
I wish he called him old man.
Right?
It's like
Maybe he did.
Did he call him?
Maybe.
No, I would have remembered.
I'd have to go back through.
Look at that face
But yeah,
off.
definitely. It does look like Robert Shaw's got a bit of a pudge there.
A little bit.
But I think it's the armor. That looks more so like that. But yeah, I definitely. And I really like this. When they're done praying, Robin Hood helps up the sheriff. He helps him up.
It's Robin Hood, man.
We're still gonna be gentlemen about this, and they take their time to pray. I wonder where the day went. Vespers it must be. Vespers martinis.
There's a little martini shaker on the shelf there too.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's a little nod, even though he's got no Vespers in his Bond movies.
Yes.
Jesus, Marian, Joseph.
That's what I thought he was going to say. Jesus, Marian.
Same. All right, now doesn't this screenshot look like a scene from the 1960s Star Trek?
It does.
Or one of the, maybe Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock or something.
This could have been in Zardoz, too.
Yes. I really like this little interaction. I wish to God I were a man. I'd knock you down. Now that's my Marian. I don't like it because it's a good interaction. I like it because it's like how close-minded Robin Hood is. Like, that's right. I like a woman who knows her place. And then you got this. I love the stealing of this cart so much. I really love this scene.
Oh yeah.
The Connery winking scene. I'm gonna take that and make, little video clips of it so we can use that. Connery winking to this guy who in this scene looks like Horatio Sands.
He does.
And in this one looks like, as he turns to the side, looks like Javier Bardem.
Oh yeah, shit.
And Little John just looking like he's about to give him a big old smooch.
Let's kiss.
Yeah.
Hey, it looks like
No.
he looks like you got the little one piece hat on. I love it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Maybe it is the guy from One Piece.
Yeah, right.
And they just leave him tied up on the side of the road, but then they toss him money. I like
that's
that. Pots and pans.
Skillets, whippins, London made. What? Just pots and pans. Fine pots and pans. Pots and pans. Pots and pans, sisters.
I really like that.
So this sequence, man, this is what's next to my notes. That this escape sequence of them fighting, like not necessarily them climbing up, because that has great music to it. They're on the wall having the sword fight. 007 theme.
Yep.
Right there.
Yeah.
Which is great with Robert Shaw looking up too. So it's like how fitting.
Yeah, that'd be a great spot for it. Yeah, probably the only spot for it because it's like the most chaos.
Yeah, and the only one that has no music to it, so it's like perfect. So I would have said the climbing the wall, but I was like, oh, there's already pretty good music on this scene, so I think it's perfect.
Did you notice the way two old men for Jesus' sake, two old men? Did you notice the way like he pronounces that? Robert Shaw.
I don't even remember.
Two old men, for Jesus' sake, two old men.
This.
That's
I really
Monty
like
Python right there.
Yes, I really like that shot, and I just they put it on. Starts out really great, and then they put the helmet on and like close it, and I just wanted you to hear him muffled inside go, "It's not on straight."
It looks like the guys who say knee all the time.
The Knights Who Say Knee.
Yeah, it's like
Also, it looks like Simon Pegg is being closed in there.
Yeah, right.
For the new Mission Impossible. And they put him in a suit that can't move, and they just push him off a bridge. That's the stunt. And he just drowns.
Well, hey, man, you're spoiling a new Mission Impossible for people.
Well, we need Benji, we need you to get to the sub that sank. You're going to go in this metal suit. Awesome. What technology does it have in it? None.
It's lead.
It's just gonna, it's just super heavy. It's gonna take you all the way down to the bottom. Make sure you go at the right angle, though. Otherwise, you could float endlessly into the abyss.
Right, but these vents are open here, though. It's fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Do I get like
Also, it's on crooked.
It's on crooked, so you can only see half of what he sees in front of him.
Why does my chainmail make me look like a bird?
That's a vulture. Oh man.
And when they push Benji in, he just floats. He's just bobbing there.
God damn it.
And he can't pull himself out. So either way, he's just fucked. I can't wait for Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Me either, man.
The first one comes out on Blu-ray next month.
Let's go.
I'm excited to watch it again.
Me too. We did our movie of the year episode on Friggin' Nerds Media, and I said that was my number one movie of the year. That was still my number one.
Oppenheimer was great. Barbie was great.
So many great movies.
But yeah, Mission Impossible was the most fun I've had.
That's what it was, yeah, because everyone was like, Spider-Man and Oppenheimer, and I was like, But Mission Impossible was the most fun I had in the theater, and that's what matters to me, man. I don't care how bad or how good a movie is. If I'm having fun with it, I'm gonna love it.
Dude, one of the first things we said to each other was like, that felt like 90 minutes. I'm ready for part 2.
Yeah.
And it was almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, I wanted so much
But it did feel like
more.
90 minutes.
I wanted more because it was so much fun. It was like nonstop. It's so good. I gotta see it again.
Yeah, same. Why are there no like cheap replay theaters? Is it playing anywhere?
Probably, if anything, the East Providence Theater. I don't know.
Let me look up on Fandango right now.
Probably not. It didn't perform too well, unfortunately.
Yeah, which is a shame.
I think we kept that movie floating because we just talked so much about it.
Yeah, it's the closest is in Dedham,
Yeah.
29 miles away. Damn, I would kill to see that in IMAX again.
I'm sure one day they'll have like a Mission Impossible like day where you can watch them all. You know.
Well, we should just do that at my house.
But like if they have it in the theater, that'd be great. Imagine like a Mission Impossible day to go see them in the theater, like the last couple. That'd be cool.
But you got to be honest, that would be really smelly.
Yeah.
It would be pretty unpleasant after the first movie.
Yeah.
Second movie comes and everyone's trash is on the floor.
Oh well.
You know what I mean? Like,
But anyways.
or I guess you'd have to do like half-hour intermissions.
Yeah.
I've never been to like a film, like was it like not festival, but like
like an event
marathon.
Like they did all the Marvel movies.
Oh, that must have been fucking brutal.
Yeah, so that's like a lot. That was for the Infinity Saga, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's been nuts. But anyways,
So I was trying to take some screenshots here. I finally got it. This right here is Audrey Hepburn's first album cover. I don't know. Has she put out any records? I don't
know.
Let me see. Audrey Hepburn, actress, filmography, and stage roles. No discography. Okay, but she has sung in things. God, she's so beautiful. But it would be the cover of her first folk singer-songwriter album.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And while I was trying to take this, I got a couple goofy ones of her eyes closed, which that's funny.
Just like breathing really heavily.
Yeah.
If only people could see this.
And I do like this quote, because I'll do everything for you but mourn.
Mm.
That's why she's leaving him. I'll do everything for you but mourn. Anyway, that's all I got for screenshots. What else do I have for notes? Yeah, the fight scene choreography is a little weird.
Which one?
In all of them, but especially the one where they climb to the top of the castle there. And there's a lot of ADR in it of people's noises. What else we got? There's a weird cut to dead birds with happy music. Did you notice that?
Yeah, like they're in the campsite and all
They're,
that.
like hanging.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Broken-necked hanging birds, and the music is really happy and upbeat.
It's like, okay.
Happy dead birds, oh yeah. Okay, when she takes off her nun hat,
Oh, let's see if you have the same
Hood.
joke as me.
she takes that off, and she takes off the white wrapping underneath, and then I wanted her to like remove her face.
Oh my god.
And it's it's like a smaller person underneath.
Oh my god. Like I thought you meant like rip her skin off. It's like her skeleton.
Yeah, kinda. It could have been that too. Whatever.
Oh my god.
Why? What were you gonna say?
Mine was a little more tame. But do you remember Austin Powers Goldmember when they sneak onto Dr. Evil's submarine?
Yeah.
And Foxy Cleopatra takes her scuba gear off, and she's like her afro.
Full afro.
Is like it's like tight in, and Austin looks at it like all weird. She shakes it and it expands.
Poofs out.
I want her to have like a giant afro.
But it's been kept down this whole
so
time.
it's like it's how
shakes it
it's
out.
how it looks in the movie, but then she shakes and it expands, and it's a massive afro. And it's like, my goodness.
Or a Claudio Sanchez.
Oh my goodness, just a massive hairdo. But before that scene,
The like a shape like a McDonald's M. That's what his hair looks like. It's a big McDonald's
it
M.
doesn't look like a big M.
Okay, speaking of,
So yeah, my last bit of notes actually that I haven't covered. That scene of the wagon going out of control into the water, and we have that like.
and he's like female drivers.
Yeah, so she never. I wrote the quote down. She never did have the touch for driving. Like, oh, of course, a woman driving joke, but that whole sequence, we get two hilarious Connery moments of like he has the blood on his face, and she's like, "Oh no, blood!" and he like
And he
fake.
faints into the water. That was so good.
What a funny bump he took, just like in the water, bah! And then he picks her up like a few
Just
minutes
for a laugh.
Yeah, it is hilarious. And then and he picks her up to like carry her off. He's like, "Oh, you put on weight." Just like it's one.
That was mean.
That was
mean.
Oh my god!
You don't say that to your lady.
That was funny. I thought that was hilarious. But like
Unless she's trying to, unless she's unhappy with her very thin figure.
yeah, she's so tiny. Are you kidding me? She's like,
Nicole acknowledged that often. She's like, I need to get fat. I'm like, I'm trying to fatten you up.
eat everything.
Eat every burger I make.
There you go. I feel like Nicole could pull off like a Audrey Hepburn cosplay. She did her hair like that.
Totally.
Like I could
Yes.
totally see that.
Especially, honestly, look at this Wikipedia photo. Look at that Wikipedia photo.
Oh yeah, look at that.
She could pull that off.
Yeah. But even like the curlyish hair like she had in this film.
Or that.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look how thin she is, my God.
Right? Ridiculous.
I
Nicole could do any of these
yeah, absolutely.
and pull it off.
Maybe some Breakfast at Tiffany's. There it is. There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow. You know who she reminds me of as a modern equivalent? Alexis Bledel.
Yes.
Wow.
That's in the 80s? Good Lord.
81. Wow, she looks fantastic.
Oh, 93 she passed away.
93.
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
63. Damn. Absolutely gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous. Good Lord. But yeah, so
All
that's
right.
all my notes, man. I want to wrap up your notes.
Yeah, let's see what else I got. Hi, Mia.
Hello there.
Either Robin Hood or Will shoots a dude in the mouth with an arrow. I really liked that. Oh, Ian Holm, ew. Oh, they use the same vulture shot twice.
Yeah, from the opening credits to then we get the full shot.
It's the same shot because it's got like the drool.
Yeah.
There is one moment where I had a problem with Marian. Stop loudly crying next to the enemy camp. You might just give away your secret position.
Just a little bit. It's like, oh, it must be one of those damn birds again.
Boss, that sounds like somebody's crying out there. Ah, yes, the crying eagle.
They do it all the time.
You know, that was a sex position of mine in college. Let me tell you about it. The sheriff is terrible. Yeah, my next note was suicide, question mark. Yeah, that kind of shocked me.
That was, that was like insane. Like just kind of like, oh yeah, I kind of went to the river and like cut myself. Like, brother, relax.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about the one at the end, but then, I forgot to bring that up entirely. She's like, I missed you so much that I was ready to kill myself, and I tried.
I'm like, damn, brother.
And then you see her scars, and you're like, Sweetie, it's down, not across.
That shit was fucking dark, though.
Sorry, that's yes, that was dark. What I just said. If you're real quick out there, as somebody who has suicidal urges, if you are suicidal out there, call. Was it 811? What's 988? Hold on.
Something like that. I can look it up real quick.
988 Suicide and Crisis Hotline, Lifeline. Excuse me. Please call if you need help, if you have no one to talk to, and reach out to a friend, any friend if you can. It's not, you're worth having around. If you're listening to this podcast, if you're not listening to this podcast, whoever you are out there, you're worth having around.
This took a really dark turn. Let's get back to the movie, shall we?
It sounds like it's gonna thunder out there.
Is it getting? Oh, really? The sun's out here.
No, we're also many miles apart. Also 455 miles apart.
We are on the other side of the country from each other. But yes.
Yeah, I'm hearing thunderclouds. I might have to go shut my windows in a minute.
All right. Well, in that case, let's wrap up before we flood over.
So yeah, that was definitely
Shocking. Positively shocking.
Yeah, I didn't see that. But then, it was also preceded by Sean Connery talking about how King Richard just brutally murdered a bunch of women and children. So, and how he just went along with it because that was his king. Yeah. Some dark stuff in this movie.
Dark stuff.
Yeah, which is why the comedy is weird.
Yeah, man. It just didn't take me out of it too much, but it's just it's interesting. It's an interesting feeling movie. Interesting.
Yeah, for the first 20 minutes, I didn't really know how I felt about it.
Yeah, again, I was kind of is this supposed to be a comedy? It's very, very weird. But we'll get to our ratings.
So
soon.
Weird. That's so weird.
So weird.
In the darkness seas. All right. Arrow hits the guy outside. That's and then my final note is rotten apples. So we start the film with a shot of rotten apples, and we end the film with a shot of rotten apples. What do you think that's supposed to mean? I think that's supposed to symbolize something.
Wasn't that a Robin Hood thing with the apples, shooting the apple?
Robin Hood apples. Robin Hood apples. Yeah, a story of Avalon and Robin Hood. What's the story of Robin Hood and the apple? An epic tale of the legendary Swiss marksman who famously forced to shoot an apple off his own son's head because he refused to pay homage to a Habsburg tyrant in the early 14th century.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's
next Google answer is, can Apple stock reach $1,000?
Nice.
What?
But yeah.
Oh, it's because Robin Hood is a stock trading app.
But yeah, so it's a simple thing. It's kind of seeing. I don't know what's a good comparison. Tony Stark's arc reactor. You know what I mean? Sitting on a table. But so yeah, I thought that was a good little touch at the end. But have the fully formed apple at the beginning that's kind of rotting away. The apple has died with the legend of.
You see rotten apples at the beginning.
That's true. But I just think it's more of I think that's a foreshadowing. I think the rotten apple is the moment he died, and the regular apple is the beginning of the movie. So I think it's a foreshadowing.
So you get rotten apples and you get a vulture. Maybe it's just symbolism that everyone's getting old, and death is awaiting everyone.
Yeah, this was a whole thing, man. Like I said, this is such an interesting film. That I can't recall any other film that does this, where an old Robin Hood. We just talked about look at some of our heroes that we just watched this summer. Indiana Jones, we see him aging
80.
And ending his reign as Indiana Jones, and Ethan Hunt is starting to end his run.
He's 60.
Yeah, but he can't do that. I don't think he's going to be doing Mission Impossible for the rest of his life. These are the last two. But
I think so, yeah.
But so we're seeing these characters ending. So it's kind of cool to see this character like ending in a way where it's like we've never seen like him go back to Sherwood Forest and go back to Miriam and all that, Marian. So I just thought like
Marian.
Marian.
Poirot.
Yes.
Well, for a second, I'm like, is it Marian or Miriam? I'm like,
Marian.
I have to Connor P again. I'm sorry.
All right, when you come back, we'll do our official reviews and scores.
Yeah, I think it's time for that.
All right.
Because I've got no more notes left.
All right, excellent.
I'll be right back.
We'll be right back. And we are back with our official scores for Robert and Marian. If you guys have been joining us, of course, you know at the end of the show, after the discussion, we have to give our final scores. Of course, we rate the film itself, the man himself, but also if the SHs and the sexiness of the film.
And are we rating the score still?
Yeah,
The musical
since
score?
we got John Barry back today, I think let's give John Barry some love today. Let's start with that one.
What are you giving this score?
Score, I think the score for the score, I think it's a solid 8. John Barry, man, you can't go wrong with John Barry. I thought the music fit well, of course, minus the weird shot of the dead birds and the happy music, as we just discussed a few minutes ago.
I agree.
But I thought the music hit really well because, like, again, when I was watching that castle escape scene, I'm like, oh man, you could put a 007 theme right here. But then I'm like, you know what? This music is just fine. I love this music that they're playing right now. But yeah, I definitely had that feel, that John Barry feel. So I think it's a solid 8.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I think it was a solid score as well. Nothing super stuck out, but everything fit except, as you said, that bird scene.
It's weird. Yeah, it's really weird.
Was just wrong.
Yeah, even that last, even when firing the arrow, that score right there, the credits, that was good music. I was emotional. I was like, holy shit,
Yeah,
man.
I like that. I like that credits music. That was good. Forgive me here. Okay, so our next rating is. What do you want to do next? The SH?
Yes, to the SH.
All right. What are you giving it?
I think it gets a...
Ooh, listen to that thunder.
Ooh,
Hot diggity.
hope that comes to me. I think I'll give
Do
it...
you? Do you actually hope it comes to you?
Yeah, I love a nice little, like, relaxing thunderstorm.
Huh.
Love it.
Oh, also, speaking of being in, your area, last night the gig I did was at the Wharf Tavern.
Oh, what? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love the Wharf Tavern.
If I wasn't trying to look somewhat professional, I would have called you over to hang out with me.
I would have came down afterwards. If you're ever in town, let me know. I'm always around.
Anyway, so on to the SH.
SH, I believe it's not. I believe it's there, but not fully there. I think it's maybe a 4.
4. All right, I'm going to give it a 5. I agree with you. It's not fully there, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm going to give it a 5, so an average of 4.5. And I'm sorry, our score average was 7.5.
Very good.
Okay, so the sexy rating. What are you giving it?
As a film, so Audrey Hepburn, come on, that's a 10 right there. But
even as she's getting older, she still looks
she's
fantastic.
beautiful, just gorgeous. I try to say it in a creepy way, but she is drop dead gorgeous. I fell in love with her at Breakfast at Tiffany's. She's beautiful. That's a shot.
And so damn charming.
A shot of
Very
her with the
charming.
sunglasses like that. Put the sunglasses up. Oh, so beautiful. But yeah, then Connery, he looks a little bit like a bum in this movie, but I feel like he's still a little charming here and there. And Robert Shaw looks like $1 million. I think I'll give it like a solid 007. It's not super sexy, but it has some sexy people in it.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
Because, yeah, all the lead actors are very attractive people.
Even John,
feel
even
like-
little John looks very handsome.
Yeah, with his like golden hair And for the first half of that, I was attempting to like remember what the rapper Little John looked like, and I was like, dreads? No.
Yeah, dreadlocks and the grills in his mouth. Yeah.
And a hat,
and
sunglasses,
and
yeah.
a giant chalice. It looked like the Holy
Yeah.
Grail, basically, with a crunk on it.
So I actually recently, his like, his kind of curvy, flowy hair. But I recently I listened to Nicole Williamson. Is it Nicole? I think it's Nicole. I listened to him. Look up Nicole Williamson, The Hobbit, on YouTube or on Spotify or whatever you listen to your music on, and just listen to it. Take an hour that you're not doing anything important and listen to it.
Okay.
You know, if you're working out or something, it's him reading The Hobbit with music, and it's really damn good. It's made for kids, but I listened to it during a work shift while I was just doing monotonous stuff, and it was really nice. So, anyway. Sorry, where were we?
So now,
sexiness.
Yeah, so he gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 7.
Everyone's attractive in this, but no one is given a chance to be sexy. Nothing in this film is sexy. You know what I mean? This film is not about sexiness.
Yeah.
It's about love.
Yes.
Love and battles.
All right, let's move
Alrighty.
on to let's rate the film.
Let's rate the film.
Let's see.
What are you giving it, bud? Or do you want me to go first?
I'm going to let you go first for this one.
Okay.
like-
I'm going to give it a 6.
6?
Yeah. I liked it. It was, better than average. I didn't love it.
I think I'm...
I don't think I'm going to come back to it.
Really?
Except to do that lightsaber edit.
I think I will come back to it. I thought it was interesting and it was fun. Of all the Robin Hood movies that are out there, obviously I'm always going to love Men in Tights because of how ridiculous it is. But I was pleasantly surprised with this movie. I think I'm going to hit it with a 7 now.
Okay.
Nice little
All right,
7.
you know what? I'm going to boost mine to a 6.5 because it's better than I'm giving it credit for. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's just not great. You give me these elements of Robert Shaw, Sean Connery, and John Barry, I'll take From Russia with Love.
Right.
But this has its charm. Audrey Hepburn's great in it. Connery's great in it. Shaw's great in it. Great in it. Great in it. Take the cheese and he's great in it. Take the test and he's great in it. Anyway.
All right, yeah. Fair.
So yeah, I oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong one. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna come back. Well, you know what? I had said that earlier. I got so carried away with saying grading it. I think I would come back to this to see the performances, Audrey Hepburn's performance, and especially Richard Harris's performance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd be willing to put it back on us, watch those 10 minutes of Harris again, because he was great.
Yeah, and that's the downside to it, I think, though. I might tune out after those last 10 minutes. But I did say, I didn't say earlier in the podcast, but I was thinking that the movie does kind of pick up once Hepburn and Shaw are in the movie. Did you feel that? Think the movie kind of picks up then?
A little bit.
Okay. I felt myself getting a little more invested.
I just felt...
obviously because the other title character is the Here Now, but...
I think I got through it easier because Connery is in it a lot, because he's like
he's the main
first
character.
couple minutes. We don't have to wait. We get him right away, So I think that's what helped me get through it too. I mean, most of these movies, that's what helps me get through it. As long as I'm hanging out with Connery, I'm in a good place.
Unless we don't like him.
Unless we don't like him, then we want to get away from him. But typically the ones.
Speaking of that, well, no, go ahead.
Yeah, typically.
Particularly the ones.
Yeah, particularly ones that we don't like him in, but even those I'm kind of like, at least we don't really spend much time in him when he's a negative character. Maybe the only one being like when he's the writer in, I can't think of the name of the movie.
Fine Madness.
Fine Madness. Like that one. He's
Samson Shillito.
yeah, he kind of sucks in that movie, but it's still like it's fun.
Or The Avengers.
Oh yeah, Avengers is terrible, but we don't see him too much in Avengers.
Or Action of the Tiger.
we don't see him at all. But yeah, so
Yes, we do.
But,
What we see of
we see him for like
assaulting.
a total of 10 minutes, not even. We see him less than we saw Richard Harris in this.
I think the shortest, obviously the shortest we see him for is Memories of May.
Oh yeah,
But I think the second shortest might be Longest Day.
the longest day he's in longer than the other one you just mentioned.
Action of the Tiger.
Yeah, he's in longest day long because he has like his
No.
he has like
No, because he's got that great scene at the beginning where he's drunk and they're getting him out of the bar.
yeah, but what will the time about? I feel like they're close. I feel like they're very close.
Yeah, we're going to have to rewatch Action of the Tiger.
Ugh, we'll fast forward through it or something.
I'm kidding. We don't have to do
But
that.
speaking of Sean, let's get to the Sean.
Exactly.
rating.
Perfect transition.
Well,
All right.
you first.
You want me to go first? Okay. Giving him an 8.
Okay.
I think he's really good in this movie.
Okay.
He's not great in this movie. He's very good. I think he's giving it 80% of his all. You know? I enjoyed him a lot. I liked seeing that screenshot of his butt
Hell yeah. So,
that you showed me.
Some Connery
I
butt.
thought
I'll
he
send it
and
to you right
his...
now so you have it.
Oh, I screenshotted it, I believe,
Oh.
but you send it to me anyway. I thought his chemistry with everyone was really good. Like, there wasn't one actor in this film that he wasn't good with. Even the quote-unquote villain he helps up, you know?
Classy.
Like
That's me.
he's good in this. I really... Hold on.
That was me.
Sorry. No, I know, but somebody else sent me a message as well. And I didn't... They reacted to something? Oh, okay. I didn't know what I sent them. That they reacted to. Ooh, that thunder. Yeah, I like him in this movie. 8.
I'm going to sit with you and also say 8. I think he's great in this. Again, I was just super excited to see him and Robert Shaw work off each other again and fight each other. That was really cool, classy. Cool to see him as Robin Hood. Like Connery as Robin Hood is really, really dope. And an old Robin Hood. I thought it was really fun. And yeah, I agree with you. Solid 8.
Now, I'm going to do this one more time. Final rating. Good Lord. What is your Shaw rating?
Ooh, my Shaw rating.
Yeah, we did last week. We did a Shaw rating. I gave him a 10.5.
You gave him a
And you
10.5.
Yeah.
That's right.
What did you give him? I don't remember. I didn't write it down.
Did I give him a 9 or a 10, maybe? That's pretty high, I think. I think it's phenomenal.
What would you give him in From Russia with Love?
From Rush with Love, I'd probably give him a 10.
10.
He's great. He's a great villain. Yeah, I feel like do we have that marked down on the form?
I'll put it in.
But yeah, I think I would give him a 10 because I like he was like Bond's equal, in a way. And in this film for Shaw, I think I'll give him a solid 8 too. He was just as good. I think we don't get a lot of him in this, but when he does show up, it's like it's that face, man, the face, and he's kind of intimidating. And I thought he was a great sheriff of Nottingham. I thought he was perfect for the role.
Yeah, I'm also going to give him an 8 because he was really good in this. Not as good as From Russia with Love, but he was a really strong actor, really commanding. I really like that moment where he just takes the sword and he's like, let me show you how this shit's done.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the chemistry between he and Connery again. They don't have that much screen time together, but their interactions are really good.
Phenomenal.
They have more screen time together than they do in From Russia with Love. But it's all really good.
Yeah.
But not as good as From Russia with Love.
That movie is hard to top.
Yeah, I'd rather watch spy espionage than Robin Hood.
Like medieval.
Yeah. That's just more my taste.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it's more of their taste too as actors, and you can see it in that scene. But also, they, you know, as we said, they're 13 years younger, so they've got a different energy. But you know, Shaw had just finished doing Jaws a couple movies before, so you know he was bringing that wild-eyed, drunk energy to Quint.
Yeah.
You know, like, so I don't know. They're both really good in this film. I'm giving them both an 8 in this movie.
Hell yeah. All right, man. So that.
All right, those are our ratings.
And that has been Robin and Marian, for fuck's sake, Poirot.
Let me just go through our ratings one more time. Our average SH is 4.5. Our average sexy is 5.5. Our average film rating is 6.75, and our average Sean and our average Shaw rating are both 8.
Solid scores all around, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get out of here, it's time for one of the most important segments of all time in podcast history. It's time
of all time in world history.
In world history, it's
every time we do this, a world leader may or may not have a heart attack.
Oh my god!
Like it's crazy. It's like roulette.
Oh my!
Not roulette. It's like Russian roulette.
From Russia with roulette.
From Russia with
so we're going over to wheelofnames.com to spin the wheel of curiosities. I believe this week, Dylan, is your turn to spin.
Is it really?
I think so. Last time we were together. Oh, actually, no, technically. Yeah, because Nicole spun last time. So
who landed on From Russia with Love?
I think it was me.
I think it was you.
So I think it's you. I think you're up. You're spinning this week, son.
You sure?
Yes, do it up.
All righty.
What
are
you hoping for?
Okay, so I don't want a documentary. No Ever to Excel. No Spanish golf camp. No. What's the one he's Un Monde Nouveau? I don't want any of those. I think it would be perfect comedic. Like, I don't know. It would just be perfect comedically if we landed on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
It would be.
Because it would. How crazy would it be to go from Russia with Love to another film that has Connery, Shaw, and Barry to another film that's about the same character, where Connery plays, you know, the like. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We had him play King Arthur, and then the next movie, we had a movie with King Arthur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, this movie we have Richard the Lionheart and Robin Hood. Wouldn't it be funny if the next movie we have Robin Hood and Connery's playing Richard the Lionheart?
That would be interesting. But I'm hoping for something different, though.
Yes, same. I haven't seen that movie, so I'm interested in watching it. But yeah, I could use a break from Robin Hood, though it would kind of be nice to get them both out of the way. But yeah, I hope we don't get it. Also, again, holding out for Hunt for Red October. Marnie. I could go for Marnie. I could go for a Hitchcock film as it gets more into fall. Because I guess that's probably our closest to a horror film, right?
Yeah.
How about you? What are you hoping for?
I'm still leaning on family business, and maybe a Bond. I'm excited to do Diamonds because we do have some fun guests lined up for that episode, and I'm kind of excited to do Thunderball because it's going to be our Thunderball and Never Say Never Again double feature.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a lot of fun too. So I think I could do another Bond maybe. I feel like we're scratching the itch a little bit with Bond. We did From Russia with Love last week with Nicole, and I'm like, I could go for another one now after seeing that movie. I'm like, I want another one. Now I want another one. But yeah, it's either a Bond or family business.
Okay. I have a fun little game. Let's do. Let's narrow it each down to one we want and one we don't want and see if we hit it.
Okay, so I'll say...
Because we've had that luck before where, like, you know, with The Rock, and it was From Russia with Love, right? That I said we should get that next, and that's what we hit, right?
Yeah.
So let's do one we want, one we don't want. Each, and go like, that's our pick for today.
All right.
Like, mine that I don't want is Spanish Golf Camp, and mine that I definitely want is Hunt for Red October.
Okay, one I want, I'll just say Family Business because I really want to see
Okay.
that. And
You always say that one.
and one I don't want to see is, what was the other? Un Monde Nouveau, is that the other documentary?
Un Monde Nouveau. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll say that one. I don't want a documentary. So
What does that stand for?
I don't know.
Un Monde Nouveau. English translation. A New World.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
A whole new world. Oh, also on that subject, Nicole put on the new Little Mermaid movie.
We just watched that last night.
Huh. It was horribly unnerving. But every time the music started to... What was
I had
that?
a fly.
Oh. Every time the music started to, like, creep up in the way that Disney music does, I just started going, I can show you the world. Every time. And it was like, dude, Nicole was fucking dying.
Yeah, Alicia is a Little Mermaid purist, and she just didn't like the portrayal of Ariel. It was like Ariel's very
She's like, why is she black?
yeah. Alicia's very racist. No, she's just like the cartoon. She's very bubbly and like very ADHD, very ADD, and it's very like
Yeah.
spunky. She was very timid and nervous, it seemed, and Javier Bardem was weird as King Trident Man. It was just weird.
Everything works better in animation, not CGI.
Yeah, man. It's just
Every single thing in that movie, as it happened, I'm like, oh, I recognize this shot from the original, but it works better
animated.
with actual hand-drawn animation.
In my opinion, the only
No.
two live-action ones that did it right was Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast.
I haven't seen either of them.
Those are
I've
good.
heard good things about both.
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
Obi-Wan Kenobi plays the Lumiere,
Oh yeah.
and Magneto plays the Clock.
Ah.
Oh, check it out. It's a fun movie. If you guys are
That's funny because one's got lightsaber hands, and the other it has a bunch of metal insides.
it's insane. Yeah, so if you guys are like in the mood for live action Disney, go check those out. Gaston is amazing in the live action. It's played by what's his name?
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans. Yeah, he's a fabulous singer. But yeah, anyways, speaking of Disney, let's spin, man. Are you ready to spin?
Speaking of Disney,
The wheel?
All right, so my want is Hunt for Red October. My not want is Spanish Golf Camp. Your want is Family Business. Your not want is Un Monde Nouveau.
Yes.
All righty, I'm gonna give it a shuffle. You say when.
When?
All righty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God! You see that lightning?
No, I didn't even notice. Well, before you lose power, let's.
Did you hear that?
I heard something.
Holy shit! All right, let's do this before I lose
All
power.
right, so it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to spin the
wheel of Playing by heart. Okay. Playing by heart. What year is that? 1998's
Ooh.
Playing by
We're
Heart.
in the 90s. Angelina Jolie and Sean Connery.
What? Whoa. All right. Gillian Anderson, Ellen Burstyn, Angelina Jolie, Anthony Edwards, Jay Moore, Ryan Phillippe, Dennis Quaid, Gina Rollins, Jon Stewart, and Madeline Stowe.
Let's go. This is a romantic comedy. Real quick, 11 articulate people work through affairs of the heart in Los Angeles. So it looks like we're going to be doing a romantic comedy next week, ladies and gentlemen.
All righty. Hell yeah.
I'm there.
That sounds good to me.
And Dennis Quaid returns, man. Dennis Quaid and Connery are
Yeah.
reunited.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Look at that. That's gonna be exciting.
And oh wow, so we go from one romance film to another romance film.
yeah, and
There's our
and we
connection.
kind of connected Dragonheart earlier with our DVD box set, and we have a Dragonheart reunion. This is exciting.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at that. Look at
So,
that.
ladies and gentlemen-
Any other actors we've seen in here before? Not really.
Not really.
no.
No, it's like some random guy. John Stewart. I'm interested in John Stewart acting. I've only
Yeah.
seen him in very few films.
Mm.
So okay, folks. So guys,
You ever watched the movie On Weed? Right, that's his character from Half Baked.
oh yeah.
You ever do that thing on weed?
But we're excited,
Which
guys.
I hate that character.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a while. But yes, guys. So, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us this week.
Yeah,
such
it was a good
such
time
a
today.
blast. So next week, Sean Connery will return in Playing by Heart. Until then, I've been Mario Lima.
And I've been Dylan Titus. And folks, as always,
Stay curious.
Connery Curious.
You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Friggin' Nerds Media podcast. Follow us on social media for updates, memes, and clips. Find us on Twitter at CuriousPod007 and on Instagram at Connery Curious. You can also visit Titus Compositions at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion and content about your favorite films, comics, games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit Friggin' Nerds Media on Twitter at Friggin' Nerds. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach the other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us, and have a great day, but also, remember, stay curious. Yeah, Alicia's very racist.